Hey guys, this is Crispy.
And this is Bread, and we're going to take another look at Sunless Sea today. I have returned to London, and since something new is here, I figure this is where we will start. The Revenue Men, Her Enduring Majesty's Customs Service works closely with both the Ministry of Public Decency and the Masters of the Bazaar. Today, they have selected you for an inspection. Don't cheek them. Let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. This will reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Declare all controlled goods. This will also reduce your suspicion if your suspicion is 5 or more. Talk your way out of the search. Nah, let them do their worst. You have nothing to hide. Menace's suspicion hasn't changed because it's lower than 5. Vexed and frustrated, they roam your deck like wolves. They tear through your belongings like termites. At last they leave. The lights of London welcome you home, a breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling? Alright, so it drops my terror to 50. And I have 1 Menace's Nightmare's Strength. Collect messages from the harbor master. All the clatter and song of the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? What's this? Let's see. Something has changed in the neath. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser attends to business on the dock. The Rose Market bustles on Roser's Wharf. Who will be there today? Good evening, Captain. And what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying. And given it is my impression you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man, of course, will cover your expenses for this trifling inconvenience. It is only, after all, a trifling inconvenience. You now have 1 unstamped crate of brilliant souls. If you would be so kind to deliver this little gift to our friend in Mount Palmerston, then they will see we get to hear about it. And when you come back, we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage, as my aunt, who was French by birth, if not by inclination, used to like to say. Okay. An urchin tugs your sleeve. Governor wants a word. A brooding figure waits at a lamplight's edge. Speak to the merchant venturer. I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. An opportunity for profit. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates, and he won't ask how you came by these things. "21 bolts of spider silk. If he has made 2 requests, you can fulfill either one." Yeah, well, I don't have what it takes to fulfill either one. So, a specialist surgeon. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks, and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at Z. I might come back for you. So, I need to speak to the Admiral. You're ushered into his office off Mansion Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across the desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. Let's pass on some strategic information. He's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory. Actually, good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you paid. Whoa, 150 echoes. That was worth it. Submit vital intelligence. What's that? Tell me quickly. Oh, I don't have vital. I thought it said I did. Never mind. Submit your port reports. And what is the day-to-day like on those farther shores? Hunter's Keep. We do hear some peculiar tales of the Shepherd Isles. Here is your payment. That is quite extraordinary. I must rush upstairs immediately. One moment. I successfully lied to him and said that the bullshit stories that they told us there were valid. Do you remember that? They were talking about giant sea monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
Huh. Station 3. This is my colleague, Mr. Villain, of the Ministry of Public Decency. Mr. Villain, this good captain's report is here. If you would care to, yes, the fire is already lit. Let us. There we go. Now only ashes remained, and it might have caused such a lot of trouble. Thank you, Captain. We appreciate your discretion. Here is your payment. You need not trouble yourself further in this affair. We categorize it as a military installation, you know, although that has occasioned some quite vigorous debate. Abbey Rock. The Cumaean Canal. The Iron Republic. Excuse me, I need to unlock this, and this, oops, and this. Could you place your report inside? Yes, I imagine someone will read it eventually. There's always someone. This is blank. Yes, both sides. No, I assure you. No, I know. These things happen in the Republic. Consider this an ex gratia payment to cover your costs. Port Cornelian. You know, I sometimes wonder whether that place is a good idea. I didn't say that. 30 echoes, 1 fuel, 1 favor. The Fathom King's Hold. What's the old monster up to now? Grand Geode. The Grand, yes. Yes, of course. We're generally quite well informed on that topic. But since you're here, perhaps you may as well let us know what your own impressions were. The Admiralty official takes notes scrupulously, but with an expression of mild terror, like a novice vivisector wincing with a scalpel. The rest of the office studiously busy themselves with other tasks. Okay. Quaker's Haven. Been trying the original rubbery lumps, have we? Oh, we did, didn't we? We tried troglodyte prawns when we were there, I believe, is what it was. Yummy, yummy troglodyte prawns. I don't know. I'm a D&D guy, so when I hear troglodyte, it brings a very interesting image to my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Asked to speak to the Admiral. Speak of moves in the great game. Unlock with 1 move in the great game. He has you repeat it all twice. He doesn't take notes. It's a little beyond me, he tells you. But I have a friend in the palace who'll be interested. Very interested. Thank you. Your fee. Assistance with subsistence. Let's exchange 1 point of Admiralty's favor for 2 to 3 fuel. I have 447 echoes. They cut corners. Higher price. You may call in some of your Admiralty favors to have a cheap, good quality work done on your ship. Go. Yep. Let's try it once. Success, eventually. The good, free fuel. The bad, a half-hour argument with the quartermaster who insists that your chitties have not been stamped by the Office of Incongruous Requests. Eventually, she grudgingly permits you to load your fuel card. Let's try again. And again. Okay. I got some free fuel. That's a good day. Specialist surgeon, you're hired. Clattery air? Clattery air? Roser's Wharf. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. Escort some, and this is the only one that I can do. Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. This will usher in a new day at the Rose Market. Puppets play press on uninterrupted. Personal collections grow. Words written in fogged mirrors are hastily wiped away. The exotic exchanges pollinate dreams. Nope, nothing else that I can do there. Perhaps not. Do we have anything for the scholar? A piquant piece of picturesque pilgrimage. I'm not going to read this because we've done it before. Basically, she cries and tells me she's going to put this story in the library. Give you another memory. I'm going to keep the rest. Yeah. I'm not giving them all to you. London. Carouse in Wolfstack Docks. This will reduce your terror. You might run into trouble or romance. Well, I can't do it. Hire on more crew. Yeah, I need to do that. Boom. Sensible sailors are looking for a safe run to the tomb colonies, or at least a sane run to the southern archipelago. You'll need to buy a drink, spread around hiring fees, and look for daredevils. Your tall tales find a ready audience. Scarred and seasoned men and women tramp aboard and find places to sling hammocks. Alright. I don't have anybody to recruit. I still need muter salt, which I don't have. But that was to the north, but I don't remember exactly where they sold it. I'll look in my journal and see if I can figure it out. Let's go to our lodgings. Well, with 1,000 gold, I can purchase a townhouse. I'm good. Read the paper. It says the same thing it's always said, I believe. Wait, no. The Echo Bazaar, the enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Okay. Rest in a room above the blind helmsman. Yeah, we will go ahead and do that. Reduce our terror a little bit. You now have one restful night. I have no idea. Oh, this will strengthen you when you struggle against nightmares. Okay. So it's a trump card to play when I have nightmares. Was there anything left in London? shops. How much space do I have in my hold? I have 4 spaces in my hold. I can buy bridge and auxiliary items. Shipyard. I can almost buy another ship, but I'm not sure that I want it. I can almost afford that one, but why would I want it? Less iron. Less weight. A slight veil bonus. But my hold capacity goes from 40 to 5. No, thank you. She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with a scalpel and a timed instrument, pinning open flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. I can proposition her. I'm good. Does she wield a fork the way she wields a surgical instrument? Let's invite her to dine with us. The cooked flesh arrives still in its shell. From the claws, 8 legs, bloody body, and head, she renders a dozen neat, bite-sized piles of shredded flesh, sutured with mushroom, or pinned together with a needle of chitin. Perhaps she has missed a calling as a chef. She denies it. My mother was the child of a surgeon in the first city. You might say that knife work runs in the family. There's a wicked, quirking smile at the corner of her mouth. Then there are the rumors about my father. She would deny there's any truth to those. An occurrence, learning about the clattery air. Clatery air. I can increase my hearts. Think I should ask her out on a date? I'm going to ask her out on a date.
Okay.
Well, that was easy. She undresses you and stands scowling at you as if choosing where to make an incision. Then fingertips and the point of her tongue. She is not exactly impatient, but determined and precise. She knows exactly what will produce the most intense sensation. Your vision blackens near the end, but she never quite goes too far. When you are too drained and dizzy to move, she gives you a smug look that you could possibly interpret as affection. You have begun an affair with Clatery Air. You have fraternized with one of your officers. Okay, that's probably a bad thing. You've lost 5 terror. That was worth losing the terror, I suppose. What do I need for that? I need 1 strange catch to ask about her father. I think you get that from a shark. Okay. Where... He wants muter salt from Wither. Okay. So I am going to cut here until I get to Wither. Once I get to Wither, I will buy the muter salt and get back with you guys.
Welcome back, guys.
So I haven't made it to Wither yet, but I did have this, so I thought we would jump back in and I'd show it to you. Recurring nightmares, you have begun to dream of a vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. Again and again, you are alone on the wide black Z. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodging to help resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. You have begun to suffer nightmares of a vast eye. Alright, just wanted to show you that. Get back with you when we are at Wither.
Welcome back.
So, the bad news is, and something that I forgot, They don't want money from Utersalt. They want Z stories, which I need 5 of and do not have. So, what we will take a look at doing is probably cutting east, coming down through here so that I can clear some of this out, and then west. Make a big U. That is my plan. See if we can discover anything new across this border and hopefully find something interesting and not die. And I already visited Codex and compiled a port report. Nothing interesting happened. Oh, and I encountered this. This is a lifeberg, basically a living iceberg as I understand it. And I do remember that there are big mean pirates near the Ragged Crow, and I will avoid them. That is a thing that I will do. Because I shot for a stealthy captain, not a fighting captain. I'm just going to go ahead and cut south. We enter Stormbones. St. Eligius sends his fire to dance in the air. On deck, very far away, we see the great light of the Ragged Crow, and I'm going to hit a rock. Because I'm reading and not paying attention. Okay. That's what I get. The waves are cluttered with Z-Rack like drowning hair drifting. We're coming up on the Chang'e Rift, sorry. A fallen stone. Now and then, rocky fragments fall from the roof of the Neath. The decks of older ships are pocked with scars. The sound is one no landlubber knows and no sailor will ever forget. This one has smashed the glass of a deck binnacle. Ill omen, one sailor cries. The god in the roof storm is angry. One supply? Yeah, we can make a sacrifice of one supply. Your sailors know the words, you mumble them. A gift of wine and fish is suitable, marked with the captain's blood, owl. Bound with copper wire and cast overboard from the bow. The package bobs for a moment and then is sucked beneath the ship. You know something of the three gods. You've gained Storm's attention. Alright. Wonder what would have happened if I hadn't have done it. Would I not have gained his attention? From what I understand, having the attention of these guys is bad, because last time it caused one of my crewmen to go crazy, and we had to shoot her. Is that just a lighthouse? Patrick's Lot. There's something down here. Gators Mourn. And I am still carrying illegal cargo, so I'm hoping that I find the place that I need to go before that. There's where I dock. I see it. I didn't know I could do that. I just now noticed that when I find it with the bat, I can click to mark it. The bat doesn't seem to have a very big range, though. Gator's Mourn. The Mourn is a stalagmite vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to the stanchions. Higher, higher, now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. An evening at the errant Limpet, a drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Gatorsmorn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at respectable Londoners. I failed. You never learn who said what, but someone ends up pushed out a window. It's a long drop out there, and the errant limpet trembles dangerously as the brawl gathers momentum. You've lost one terror, lost 50 echoes. Fights on the morn have a staccato quality. A careless lunge will send you plummeting to your doom, so wait and choose your moment carefully. I'm going to flee. I succeeded. You plunge through a washing line, clatter down a flight of unsteady wooden stairs, cut across the fish market, and duck through a colonnade of faceless statues. Your pursuers are gaining on you until the statues, and then they drop back. Disconcerting, but they're gone. Okay. Yeah, let's do another afternoon on the errant limpet. Conversation quietens as the drinkers look around. You've been here too long, and you're attracting the wrong kind of attention. Time to move on. Overhear rumors of a pirate poet. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself with the power of verse, possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with the 100 hearts, unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcaeus-class vessel. Whatever the truths, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where her flag is said to fly. Totally want to go see if she's out there, except I don't want to die today. Here we go. Gather intelligence. Gatorsmorn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you'll need to go carefully. 61%. Failed. You're eavesdropping on the captain of a lean black cutter when her first mate spots you. In the ensuing fracas, one of your crew is smashed through a flimsy wooden wall. He falls 200 feet to be impaled on a smaller stalagmite in the shadow of the morn, and dies instantly. It's a painless death, but his slowly mummifying corpse will hang there for decades to come. Ships will salute it. Successive generations of children will name it, rename it, fling stones, dare each other to climb the pinnacle and kiss its fleshless hand. You've lost one crew, gained 5 terror. I did gain a port report and a tale of terror. Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. You got anything in the shops worth taking? I don't know if I want to buy those. I can sell the crate. A crate of exceptional human souls that has never known the tender touch of the Imperial Customs stamp. Consequently, it cannot be sold on the open market. You'd better not be caught with it. I feel like I should probably take it where it needs to go. Objectives. Just trying to remember where I need to take it. Well, let's talk to you while we're here. Okay, I can't tell her about her father yet. I don't understand. I don't know why, but I can't. Hold. I'm trying to remember where it wanted me to take this crate. Was it Gator's Morn? Because I don't remember. And I can't go back to London, because if I do and I get searched, bad stuff's going to happen. They don't have a shipyard here. Dreams of a Lady. Terror. Why is it? You would think it would be under objectives. But it's not. It's not under the menaces. It's not under memoirs. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna go boldly. Because I'm gonna have to go back to London soon, and if it's not supposed to go here, I don't exactly know where it's supposed to go. So they'll just have to deal with the fact that that I cheated them if this is the wrong place. Because I'm not sure. I mean, discovered Massey's shaft. That doesn't sound like a fun place. Mm-hmm. And I wonder who Massey is. Go, Z-Bat, go! Find me something interesting, please. Keep going. We're almost to the point that I'm going to turn back west. I'm hoping I find something else of interest out here. Ooh, no, I do not want a piece of you. Nope, nope, nope. But I do want to know what this big statue is. Pirate, go away. Ow, you're not a very nice person. I could actually, if he's only doing 5 points of damage, I could probably take him, but barely.
You'll mess your ship up real bad.
The Salt Lions. Was that what I discovered? Yes. There is a vast sorrow in their empty eyes, the salt lions, two basalt beasts, cathedral-sized. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries an encampment. Creeping human figures eat away at its features like rot. Pick, pick, picking. There's a supply dock below. Visit the unmakers. Muscular pick wielders rest on camp stools, watching you approach, passing hip flasks around. An unctuous overseer beckons you to sit. Fungal tisane tea cakes. We get funding from the bazaar, it's true, but Station 4? I wouldn't call us Station 4. Right? IV is 4.
Yeah.
It's a little grandiose. The stones are stuffed with secrets, but most of them are used as garden statuary or occult ballast, sorry. Most of them. Some go down to the places under the bazaar. More tea cakes? Carry Sphinx Stone to London? The Unmakers are here to reduce the salt lines to rubble, one block at a time. Help them in their work by carrying the rubble back to London. You will need a deposit and 20 units of spare cargo space, which I do not have. I almost have it. Can I dump stuff? Is that an option? I guess not. Compile a port report. Record the activities of the Unmakers such as they are. Rite of stone and silence. Will it let me? Okay, we're going to throw out 4 supplies. Done. Continue. And from here, it's just a straight shot. Why are they cutting them down? I guess they said to use to make statues and ballasts. But there's got to be more to it than that. Go ahead here and mine for us so we can make statues. So I'm going to get back to London. And then I think that will be all the time that we have today. Another one of these light ships. Actually, it's probably the same light ship that I pass all the time. If you're a little pirate vessel, I can... The crawling stars. The lookout shouts far above. The false stars in the cavern roof are shifting. A rare and ominous event. What now? Eyes on the deck. Forbid them to look. You can't really stop them, but you can at least discourage discussion. They won't like it, but it's safer. Record the change and assign a name. If the new shape seems well omened, your crew may be cheered. 50-50. Go. 3 of the false stars wink out altogether as suddenly as closed eyes. The pattern that remains is as hopeless and meaningless as cast dice. Somewhere a sailor begins to sob. Okay. I want to see what you are before I start shooting you. I can. All clear. Okay. Yeah. I probably could sound off and say all clear pretty well, but I'm in a small room, and it would probably echo and sound really bad. So, welcome back to the Wolfstack Docks. If I get searched, I'll know I was right to sell those. If I don't, well, ooh. Good evening again. I am sorry to say that my sources have informed us that you are no longer in possession of the little gift that we entrusted to you, but neither have you delivered it. Consequently, we must visit a reckoning on you and yours. Old still, behind the blind bruiser, a gang of ruffians clap iron-shod cudgels in their hands. I have an 11% chance of success. Lost 4 crewmen. They are numerous, determined, and brutal. They storm the ship, break bones, crack skulls, fling helpless men to the drownies below, leave crippled sailors behind them. You refused the proposal, lost 4 crew, and gained 10 terror. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling? Okay. Collect my messages from the harbor master. Submit my port reports. Gators mourn. You have something to tell us about the pirate fleets of the forest. Hunter's Keep, I've read to you before. Vendor Bite, I've read to you before. Wither, I have read to you before. Crap. I need to figure out what I do with these stones first. Shops, do I sell them to somebody? No, it does not appear that that is what I do. It won't be in the shipyard. A contact in London will purchase them. London. Deliver the Sphinx Stone. There it is. Special constables, black uniforms, distinctive caps. The badge of the Ministry of Public Decency. Wait with a cart. 500 echoes. That was worth it. Sign, sign, sign. Here's a receipt. Here's a discretion contract. Here's a penalty contract. Your vision is blurred by the end of it all. The cart rumbles off into the coiling fog. Here's your reward. Lost 2 terror and gained 500 echoes. Gonna go ahead and carouse the docks. Good night out. Lost 5 terror, 30 echoes. Gained recent news. Hire on more crew. Hire on more crew. Back to the 9 we were at. A new recruit. Engage an officer, the haunted doctor. Please, I must leave this place. I can work my passage. I'm a doctor. Increases hearts and pages. What is your... Yeah, but I want to know what slot you take. Are you a surgeon, which would make the most sense, but... Doctor aboard. The genial magician? Good afternoon, Captain. Perhaps I can do your engine some good. No, haha, I'm quite the engineer. Difficult to credit, isn't it? But here are my references. Yeah, I want you. Makes my hearts go down by 1, but I can live with that. So all I'm missing now is a cook. Or, you know, better officers. Nothing else to... Well, let's visit the Rose Market. I thought I saw something earlier that wanted solace fruit. The starving poet is looking for solace fruit. I sold a sonnet, he exclaims, jangling a pocket full of echoes. I'll bring you solace fruit the next time I come back, and I've visited a place that I can get it. The Dark Speckled Admiral. Submit your port reports. codex I've read to you before. The bazaar has always taken an interest in that place. Assistance with subsistence. Quartermaster is not usually friendly, but you have enough sailors' jokes and harbor gossip to set her laughing nostalgically. She is remarkably liberal about the measurement of fuel. Okay. I don't really need repairs right now. Let's buy some supplies. My cargo hold is full. You want someone to take a look inside that? In combat, Radis Faber assistants can be deployed for quicker repairs. It's dangerous work. Don't expect them to come back. Okay. Those are the little rat people. A visit to Clathermont's tattoo parlor. You're a real sailor now, after all. You could go to one of those tobacco and pray places by the docks, but the prices at Clathermont's are reasonable, and his daughters are real artists. But what sign will you choose? This will increase your iron by 2 permanently and cure up to 25 terror. I don't have that. Mirrors. Hearts. Pages. I'm going to go with the iron one because I want to bring that up. So, commemorate your daring, the dauntless hand. The gold needle pricks. Lily Clathermont hums. The design is complete. Scales mapping your fingers like a gauntlet. Wear it proudly. I'm not going to get them. I'm going to keep my memories for now. And I think this is where we will cut it, guys. Once... Crap. Close out. Once we come back, I'm thinking about leaving London and going straight east and taking another big bite out right here. Or going south and doing the same thing, coming back up, hitting the Iron Republic, because they sell fuel very cheaply. So if I can dodge all of their nasty ships, I could actually probably save some time and just get fuel there. But that will be for next time.
Have fun, guys.
All of you enjoy the rest of your day.